How much can we get for Deebo in the trade market because he's going to be too expensive for us? That's an interesting one. I don't know if he's worth a first round pick yet.
No?
But he's trending that direction. Definitely trending that direction.
Definitely trending if
Maybe if
he's
he
not
has
already.
a phenomenal year and misses no time, at the end of the year, he might be worth it. But now,
That's
I
a
think
fair
it's a
point.
little wait and see because he had a terrible year. He had a non-year last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, to just have a 6-game sample size, I'm guessing that teams aren't lining up for that one. But you can't ship away the entirety of the 49ers offense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't trade Deebo now. What I would do, I wouldn't extend him this offseason. I wouldn't.
No.
But I would, I mean, he's under contract next year. Bring him back. And then tag him. That's what the franchise tag is for.
Yeah.
And if he can stay healthy like 3-4 years in a row, then you consider it. If he looks like the next Jerry Rice, then yeah, for sure. But if he continues to have injury problems, then you ride it out for a couple more years and then you trade him or you let him go.
You hedge your bets a little bit in doing that. You probably, if he's successful, you end up costing yourself millions of dollars, but you're hedging against the other side of it, which is you spend millions of dollars and have another continually injured player. I like the idea of the conservative approach, allowing him to demonstrate that he can stay healthy, that this was a change in his body type, and being fine with spending the extra money to ensure that's who we're signing.
And give him something to prove every year.
Yes.
The person that I would be interested in trading, that I've been talking about all week, is Kittle. I know it's always hard to talk about players to trade, but if you're trying to get a first-round pick, Kittle is the one that you would think about. He's had 2 rough seasons in a row in terms of injuries. He's 28.
Yep.
Hard to see him feels like his best football is behind him is the way I'd put it. And you don't want to trade someone like Buckner, whose best football was ahead of him. They traded him when he was 24. You don't want to do that. You don't want to trade Fred Warner or anyone like that. But Kittle, that's someone you'd consider. But let's see how the season ends up. He could come back in 2 weeks, ball out, and you're like, we'll keep him.
I could see the portion of your argument that is he's had his most productive season already. I could see that being the case, that he may not exceed the receiving yards he's had, but when he's on the field, what he does, what he brings to the game, I mean, I would say that he's still at the top of the game when he's healthy in my book.
And the reason you would consider trading him is because he's not healthy enough, or he hasn't been the last 2 years, and you're paying him a ton of money, and you have no first-round pick next year. So I don't know. If it ain't him, you got to get real creative.
Yeah.
Damon says, have you noticed that the only people called out by the team are black? BA isn't working hard enough, but Brunskill and McGlinchey can do no wrong. Ooh.
Wow. The only thing that doesn't fit that, I mean, it's an interesting observation for sure, but I would say they've been pretty hard on Jimmy this offseason. I would say that they've been critical.
They didn't take his job away.
No, they didn't. And to be fair, while they were critical of his ability to stay healthy, they danced around the idea of actually trying to upgrade talent when we all knew that was part of the motivation.
Damn, Damon. Wow. I haven't thought of it, so I'm not just going to condemn the 49ers and call them racist right now. But I see what you're saying. Look, I hadn't looked at the racial aspect of it, but the whole Ayuk isn't good enough, but McGlinchey is they never say anything about McGlinchey. What do you mean? He's terrific. He's pro. He does everything right.
Yeah.
What? But Ayuk, there's a problem with him. I hadn't gone the next step, but I guess I'll have to look for patterns. Damon, interesting.
Yeah, you hope it's not true, but it's worth calling out.
Kyle, you should probably make sure that's not true, because it's a bad look if that's the case. You should make sure that's not true. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
To play devil's advocate, Jimmy could have requested a trade if he believed in his skill sets. He knows his skill sets are diminishing. Niners were it. He could have requested a trade, but he's making $27 million right now. Any team that's willing to pay him $27 million is a team that I think he'd be willing to play for.
Right.
And I don't know how many teams are willing to pay him $27 million right now. It's a lot.
And it's fair to think that he pictured the 49ers and an offense he's comfortable in as his best chance to prove that he's still worthy of that contract.
That's true. He knows the offense, supposedly. It's been here 5 years.
It hasn't materialized, but...
Y'all see the article that the Falcons would have taken Trey at the number 5 pick? Well, they had the number 4 pick. I did not see this article. Who wrote it?
I did. There was a lot of chatter back and forth from the Falcons fans about that idea that they would have taken Trey, but then didn't take any of the other options, that it was Trey at quarterback or none of the other quarterbacks remaining. I don't know who reported it.
Okay. So we don't know who reported it. I don't believe it. I mean, I'm not, I don't disbelieve.
No, it's fair.
If Schefter reported it, okay. Was Jimmy's answer odd at the press conference that he and Trey weren't rehabbing together or going over the game film plan? How bad is the sprain? You know, it's funny. I remember when Colin took over for Alex Smith, it was documented how much Alex Smith worked with Colin Kaepernick during the week and helped him during games. I don't get that vibe from Jimmy. Now, it's not Jimmy's job to do that. And maybe Steve Young wouldn't have done that, or Joe. But Alex Smith did, and it really helped Colin. And it's one of the things that was endearing about Alex.
Yeah, I think it speaks more to the character of Alex Smith than it does any strike against Jimmy. I think it is reasonable to be focused on yourself at this point in time with you trying to perform where you need to be performing. But to your point, it just brings up the warm and fuzzies about Alex Smith. I mean, that guy, God.